One Stoic man, when asked about his lack of acquaintances, compared friendship to a diamond. Elusive and precious, he said, friendships are rare, valuable, and often surrounded by imitations. After a few errors in judgment, you begin to believe that all friendships are mere illusions, just fakes. Building on this sentiment, another individual observed, true friends are treasures to be held dear. Yet at them that we find a friend in life whom we can truly hold in such high regard. But what does it mean when you find yourself often alone, navigating a world that seems to overflow with connections? Does a lack of friends indicate something deeper, something inherent in who you are today? We'll dive into this delicate topic, exploring the nuanced world of friendships or the lack thereof. We'll look at the complexities of modern social dynamics and how they influence our relationships. Remember not, having a sea of friends doesn't reflect your worth. Sometimes it's about finding that one true gem. Stay with us as we dive into understanding why some struggle to find these connections, examine the underlying causes, and, most importantly, provide Aurelius Stoicism steps to create genuine friendships. Just as a sculptor works with stone to create a masterpiece, you too can shape your social environments and create enduring relationships. So, keep your focus, and let's travel through Stoicism together, with open minds and hearts, prepared to grow and connect. One, shyness or introversion. Although we are social creatures by nature, for many people the maze of social interactions feels like a puzzle with missing pieces. The first step is embracing your nature. Remember Marcus Aurelius, who whispered, "Through time, accept the things to which fate binds you." Your introversion isn't a flaw. Shyness or introversion is often seen as a barrier in this journey. But let's flip the script and imagine seeing these traits not as barriers, but as unique vantage points to view the world in the heart of Stoic wisdom. It's a subtle force that comes from understanding that your path is unique rather than diminished. When you embrace who you are, you release yourself from the shackles of what-ifs and should-bes. This understanding of who you are makes you unwavering in your quiet confidence and serves as your armor in the busy realm of social interaction. Let's now discuss the current. You are attending a gathering and are experiencing the well-known tug of timidity. This is where Stoicism excels because it advises you to concentrate on the things you can control, such as your words and deeds. When you talk, do so not to impress, but to convey this change in perspective and kindness, not in the opinions of others or the outcome. Concentrate fear of being judged, and the sincerity of your remarks ease the burden, turning talks into a playground for sincere connections rather than a battlefield. Additionally, recognize that friendship is a garden to be nurtured in seeking connections rather than a trophy to be won. Detach yourself from the need for instant gratification, just as Seneca did. See every encounter as a step on your path rather than a measure of your value. By focusing on being who you truly are, you create space for relationships that align with your true self. Keep in mind that, from the Stoic perspective, every person you meet is an opportunity to grow, learn, and reflect, not just another acquaintance to add to your list. Understanding and utilizing shyness and introversion to navigate the complicated world of human relationships is more important than trying to overcome these traits. Shyness and introversion shift from sources of weakness into sources of strength. Two problems with trust when negotiating the friendship maze. Trust problems frequently loom huge. It's like balancing your own values against the unpredictable predictability of others while walking on a narrow RPP. Trust must be acquired piece by piece. It cannot be handed away like free samples at a store. Begin by becoming aware of what it is that makes you tick. Knowing who you are and what scares you can help you navigate the relationship's landscape. A compass will help you know when to open your door to people and when to keep it closed. Just as a tree knows its roots, so too do you know yours, your values. this awareness of oneself. 3. A lack of social possibilities is what keeps you anchored in the constantly shifting tides of human relationships. Acknowledge that individuals change like the seasons. Someone may seem reliable one day and not the next. This is a plea to accept that change is the only constant, rather than to fortify your heart. Maintain emotional equilibrium. If trust is betrayed, it's not the end of the world. Rather, it presents a chance for growth and learning. This doesn't mean you have to become aloof and distant. Rather, it means you have to be realistic and realize that perfection is unattainable, especially when it comes to human conduct. Be like water, adapting to the flow, but never straying from your genuine self. Your best tool is open, honest communication. Talking about doubts as they arise is like suddenly turning on a light in a dark room. As things become more apparent, don't avoid having these conversations. They serve as the links that can lead to deeper, more meaningful relationships. In the end, it's about creating a circle of friends where trust is the foundation, not an afterthought. A conversation can transform a misunderstanding into a moment of clarity. But keep in mind that it's a two-way street. Listen as much as you speak. This balance of speaking and listening creates a rhythm, a dance of words and understanding that strengthens the bonds of friendship. 3 insufficient social chances traversing the labyrinth of contemporary life. One may come upon the subtle reality that having no friends has less to do with meeting people than it does with spending all of our time staring at our phones and ignoring the outside world. Buzz with notifications, but our hearts ache for genuine relationships. Imagine that volunteering in your community can lead to opportunities to meet soulmates who share your interests and values. Whether you're planting trees or sorting books at your neighborhood library, every task you perform together weaves you into society. These deeds demonstrate virtue and advance the common good, and in the process, you make friends who share your journey. However, let's not undervalue the importance of having similar knowledge and interests. Imagine walking into a room full of people who converse in the same language as your line of work or passion. Attending workshops and seminars that align with your interests can be more than just a way to expand your professional network. These events also serve as a great place to make friends. Surrounded by people who are knowledgeable about your field of interest or work, these gatherings feel like a second home where you can develop both personally and professionally. Additionally, keep in mind to embrace the great outdoors as your social canvas. Activities like hiking, biking, or group yoga aren't simply beneficial to your physical health. They also serve as catalysts for conversations about connection in the embrace of nature. Grow as if they were wild blooms. These activities remove the formalities of typical social settings, allowing genuine connections to grow. You can also practice gratitude for those who share these moments with you and the world around you. This approach, which is based on simplicity and sincerity, transforms the pursuit of friendships into a rewarding journey. It's not about having a lot of friends, it's about cherishing the connections that add color to your life. 4. Insufficient social skills. Friendships don't just happen. They need work and the correct attitude, which is something we frequently overlook in our hectic lives. A lack of social skills can be a major obstacle to making lasting friendships. Keep in mind how Marcus Aurelius gently prodded us to accept the opportunity that fate presents to us. It's a gentle reminder to take small, achievable efforts towards seizing social prospects. Start a chat in a coffee shop, join a neighborhood group, or participate in online forums with like interests. These tiny exchanges are what give people confidence. Similar to how a plant needs water and sunlight to thrive, social skills require care and time in social contexts. In a society where everyone wants to be heard, listening with empathy and purpose is essential to developing social skills. Being the one who listens makes you stand out. Inquire not only to comprehend but also to answer, and genuinely interested listen to others' tales. Building deeper connections requires a change in perspective from how you are regarded to really understanding people. It's not about winning people over with your humor or anecdotes. Rather, it's about making a space where people feel heard and respected and accepting the highs and lows of social encounters with a calm, stoic demeanor. Not every attempt at conversation will result in a friendship that lasts a lifetime, and that's good. Every encounter, whether it lasts a lifetime or fizzles out, advances your social rejection, is a normal element of human contact, not a reflection of your value. With every experience, you're developing your social skills and learning how to handle the intricate web of human connections with grace and resiliency. Keep in mind that the quality of the relationships you foster matters more than the quantity of friends you have. Because life can be unpredictable at times, having no friends can retell the story of the apple tree and the boy. The narrative illustrates how our priorities change as we get older, frequently straying from relationships that were important to us when we were younger. Our friendships are like the carefree, pure moments we spent playing with the tree. But as we get older, like the boy, our focus changes to what we consider to be necessities, like our financial status or place of residence. As a result, we may unintentionally forget the friendships that once supported us, like the apple tree that offered shade. This change in priorities is common. It's a natural part of maturing, but it frequently results from pursuing needs that we believe exist. Ignore what we currently own. Similar to how the child only went back to the tree when he needed something, we could rush to achieve prosperity and stability at the expense of the tree's unwavering relationship. Ignore the friends that serve as our quiet allies. The end effect being an emptiness that, while potentially filled with successes, lacked genuine, meaningful relationships, like tending to a garden, rebuilding or maintaining friendships, takes conscious effort. It doesn't take big gestures, but rather persistent small acts of kindness and support. It starts with reaching out, striking up a conversation, and being there not only in happy moments, but also in times of need. Keep in mind that friendships grow deeper over time rather than overnight. The tale of the boy and the tree reminds us that friendship is a two-way street that requires care and attention from both parties. Be the one who consistently maintains and nurtures these ties rather than the boy who only remembers the tree in times of need. 6. Evolving priorities of progress in our ever-changing life, where we balance education, careers, and personal development. Changing priorities frequently plays a silent architect role in development or breakdown of friendships. Stoicism, a philosophy that is still important today as it was in antiquity, encourages us to accept the dynamic character of life. Think of your life as a river that is always changing, moving through the calm waters of family life or the rapids of career progress, allowing your time for social contacts to organically come and go. This isn't a reflection of a lack of effort on your part. Rather, it's the reality of a life fully lived. Stoicism provides helpful guidance during these transitional periods when your days are filled with obligations to your family, work, and meetings. While it can be tempting to try to keep up a large social network, Stoicism suggests that having a small number of deeply meaningful relationships is preferable to having many shallow ones. This strategy doesn't advocate excluding others. Rather, it emphasizes concentrating your efforts where they will have the greatest impact. By doing this, you will respect not only your own time, but also the time of others, establishing sincere and satisfying connections. Stoically adjusting to life's shifting priorities doesn't have to mean settling for a life with fewer friends. Rather, it means realizing and embracing the way some friendships naturally wane, might slip away while some will continue to be in your life or perhaps enter it as a result of your new priorities. Remember that every individual you encounter, whether they are there for a season or a lifetime, contributes something special to the fabric of your life. So embrace this trip with bravery and wisdom. Be present in your relationships and allow Stoicism to lead you to form friendships that are meaningful and resonate with the person you are growing into. Seventh, our mental health, which is frequently neglected in the rush of daily life, is a silent cornerstone of the structure of friendships. This is clarified by Stoicism, a philosophy that is associated with both ancient marble and contemporary resilience. It is not about maintaining a straight face. Rather, it is about comprehending our mental landscape when worry or despair cast a shadow over our inner world. The Stoics advise us to light a torch in order to see a path through the darkness, not to entirely dispel it, just as George Carlin pointed out beneath. The surface of a cynical person. It's like attempting to negotiate a social maze in the dark. The outlook of a disappointed idealist is that mental struggles might unintentionally create walls rather than bridges. This is not about seeing the world through rose-colored glasses, building links with possible pals. Now let's get down to business. Drinking a cappuccino and quoting Marcus Aurelius isn't the definition of Stoicism. It's about taking concrete measures first. Mindfulness is about being present in a world where our attention is the most valuable resource. No, it's not a fancy phrase for daydreaming. The benefits of meditation go beyond your brain. It signals to others that you enjoy their company. Being totally present in a discussion is like presenting a rare gift. It shows that you care, and that's friendship currency. Additionally, meditation isn't just for monks. It's for anybody balancing life's responsibilities. Consequently, calm and clarity. While pursuing tranquility may seem like a luxury in today's round-the-clock society, it is the cornerstone of enduring connections. Stoicism teaches us that this inner tranquility is attainable through self-reflection and consistency. It's about recognizing our emotions. Tranquility isn't always about running away to a beach. It's more often about finding peace amid chaos and having an anchor so that when life's storms hit, they will hit and you're not swept away. Friends aren't just for sunny days. They're shelters in storms. Recognizing them and resisting, allowing them to control how we behave. By developing your inner peace, you unintentionally create a welcoming environment for friendships to flourish. This doesn't mean being emotionless. Rather, it's about being in control of how we react to our emotions. When you master this, you become a beacon of stability in a world that is frequently unpredictable. People are naturally drawn to those who exude a sense of calm and understanding. Keep in mind that maintaining your mental health also involves sowing the seeds for relationships that are more meaningful and profound. 8 options for a lifestyle. The quick pace of life. Pace frequently results in a lonely route where friendships dwindle. It's not just about being busy, it's about what you prioritize. In the background, you're chasing deadlines and crossing tasks off to-do lists. But at the end of the day, the chair across from you at the dinner table stays empty. Stoicism forces us to examine our decisions carefully. Are you spending your time doing things that are actually important, considering this can be a game? It's about having the guts to refuse time. If someone is taking advantage of your deeper need for connection, think about using this strategy. Like a sculptor creating a masterpiece, mold your day. Every decision is a sharp stroke. Setting aside time for connections and obligations. It's not about packing more into your day. Instead, it's about structuring it well. You may have fewer hours for socializing, but the quality of these times can increase if you choose to spend them with people who share your beliefs. Every conversation gains greater significance. In your social network, depth matters more than width. Keep in mind the Stoic art of balance. It's important to allocate your time according to what truly makes life meaningful rather than just dividing it equally. Imagine your life as a mosaic, where each piece represents a different facet of your life's work. Recreation, friendships, and hobbies. Everybody has a place. Your goal is to arrange these tiles in a harmonious pattern. This is a balancing act that takes careful consideration and adjustment. But when you get it right, the picture of your life becomes not only exquisite, but also incredibly fulfilling. 9 divergent interests can be compared to distinct musical notes that are all part of a greater melody. When interests collide, it's not merely a misplaced note. Rather, it's a potential melody. A symphony of unplayed connections. Let's say you enjoy rock music, but your colleague prefers classical music. There is a gap, to be sure, but there is also a bridge that needs to be crossed. Stoicism encourages us to accept these distinctions as stepping stones toward wider horizons rather than obstacles. When we only concentrate on our interests, we run the risk of creating a bubble that restricts our worldview and our circle of friends. However, when we open our arms to the diversity of passions around us, we not only discover new hobbies, but also open doors to new relationships and viewpoints. Whispers find the harmony and discord variety is sometimes described as the flavor of life. And Stoicism fosters this interest by reminding us that each individual we encounter possesses a vast array of experiences, thoughts, and passions. If, for example, your neighbor is a gardener and you're a die-hard gamer, ask them about their favorite plant and show interest in their world instead of nodding and moving on. It's not about pretending to enjoy gardening. It's about recognizing and respecting their passion and enabling them to understand and appreciate. This is yours. People with various interests might bond via mutual curiosity. It's about realizing that behind all of these loves and hobbies, we have similar strands of excitement, dedication, and joy. Stoicism acts as a compass, pointing us toward shared human feelings and values rather than merely common interests. Imagine a world in which friendships are founded on appreciating and accepting one another's differences rather than just like the same things. It's a world where a bookworm and a sports enthusiast can connect over their love of study and tenacity in this friendship dance. Stoicism teaches us to be open-minded and heartfelt leaders who build relationships based on more than just our shared interests. We should keep in mind that the depth of our friendships is determined by how well we accept and learn from one another's differences rather than how similar we are. Stoicism is the ability to recognize and control your emotions rather than suppressing them. We would love to hear from you about how you navigate the waters of friendship, whether you're an extrovert who thrives in the energy of diverse company or an introvert who finds comfort in quiet connections. Your experiences are an invaluable part of this community, so if you have any advice, please share it with us. Thank you sincerely for watching, and we hope to see you in our next video. In the interim, pick a movie from the library to keep learning Stoic wisdom, maintain your composure, and continue to cultivate those deep relationships.